Hi, in this video, we're going to have a look at how we solve equations that contain fractions. Okay, let's see what we can remember so far. How do we solve these equations? Well, pause the video and have a go, and then press play to go over the solutions with me. Okay, the first one then, 3w, 3 times a number for w equals 15, 3 times 5 equals 15, so x equals 5. On the second one, a number for x divided by 5 equals 7. Remember, if a number's on the bottom of a fraction, we can times it up. So 5 times 7 will give us 35. X equals 35. And finally, a two-step equation. 4 times a number for x, add 13 will give us 33. If we want to work backwards towards the x, then we take 13 away first of all. So 33 take away 13 is 20. So 4x is equal to 20. And then we divide 20 by 4. So x will equal 5. That's just a quick reminder on some of the equations that we've done so far. Okay, here's an example, though, of an equation that contains fractions. The first thing you'll notice is that the right-hand side is equal to 4, which is not a fraction. We can quickly put that right by writing 4 over 1. So now what we need to do is we need to have a look at the rules for adding fractions. The rules for adding fractions is that all the denominator values, the bottom number of the fractions, need to be the same. On this example, we can see one is 2, one of them is 5, and one of them's 1. They don't all go into 5, which is the highest number, because 2 does not go into 5. So if I check the next multiple of 5 is 10, does 2 go into 10? Yes, it does. Does 1 go into 10? Yes, it does. So we can change these fractions so that they're all fractions with a denominator of 10. Okay, let's do that then. So step 1 then, all fractions need to be multiplied so that they're out of 10. Okay, let's do this one first then. Well, on this one, we need to do 1 times 10 to make it to 10. So we also need to do 4 times 10, which makes it 40. On this second fraction, we know 5 times 2 gives us 10. So now we need to times the top of the fraction by 2. That means we times 2x by 2, giving us 4x. And we times 1 by 2, which gives us 2. And on the third fraction, 2 times 5 makes 10. So we need to multiply the numerator all by 5. So we need to do x times 5, which gives us 5x, and 3 times 5, which gives us 15. Now we know all the fractions are out of 10. All we effectively do is add the two numerators to give the answer 40. So here now, we can remove the denominators. We can remove the fraction part of it, and we can rewrite the question. So without the fractions, it's 5x add 15 plus 4x take away 2 equals 40. Now, on the left-hand side, we can see different terms. So what we need to do is we need to collect the terms that contain x, that's these two, and we collect the terms that contain just numbers, and that's these two, and we put it together and simplify the first part of it. So 5x add 4x gives me 9x, and 15 take away 2 gives me 13. So that's plus 13, and that is equal to 40. Now from here, we can see that we can solve the equation by working backwards. So we can take away 13 from both sides. That's taking 13 off 40, which gives us 27. So 9x is equal to 27. And now we can divide 27 by 9, which will tell us what x is. And 27 divided by 9 is 3. X is equal to 3. We've solved the equation. If you pause the video now, you can copy down the solution, press play when you've done so. Okay, example 2 then. This is an example where all three terms are all fractions. The denominators are 2, 3, and 3. And we know to add them together, we need the bottom numbers to be the same. 2 does not go into 3. So the next multiple of 3 is 6. So 2, 3 both go into 6. So the first aim of this question is to change all the fractions so that they're fractions out of 6. Okay, let's do that. Okay, 3 times 2 makes 6, so we need to times 4 by 2 as well, which is 8. 3 times 2 again is 6, so we need to times the whole of the numerator of the fraction. That's 2x plus 4. And on the final fraction, it's 2 times 3 makes 6, so we need to multiply the numerator of the fraction all by 3. So 3 times x is 3x, and 3 times 2 is 6. Okay, now we're at a stage where we can just remove the fractions. Let's do that. So we get the following. 3x take away 6 plus 2x plus 4 will equal 8. So effectively, the 6's have disappeared. Right, now we simplify them. So let's have a look for like terms. So we've got minus 6 plus 4, which we'll need to work out. And we've got 3x plus 2x, which again, we can work out. So let's do the x's first. 3x add 2x will give us 5x. And here, if we start at negative 6 and add 4, it will get us to negative 2. So the term becomes 5x, take away 2, equals 8. Now we can solve it. So let's work backwards to do so. So add 2 onto 8. So 5x will be 8 add 2, which is 10. And then finally, divide 10 by 5. And 10 divided by 5 is 2. The solution to this question is x equals 2. Again now, pause the video and write down how to do the solution to that question. When you're ready, press play. Okay, here is a main task for you to practice those skills. Okay, so pause the video, have 15 to 20 minutes, and have a go at as many of those questions as you can. When you're ready, press play and you will see the solutions. Pause the video now. Okay, welcome back. So here are the solutions to those questions. Check them through and mark your work for me, please. Okay, here is the checking question for today's lesson. So let's see what we can remember. If we have a look at the checking question, all 3 terms are fractions. The highest number on the bottom is 8. 4 definitely goes into 8 twice, and 2 definitely goes into 8 4 times. So on this question, the denominator needs to be 8. So have a look at the middle fraction here. We don't need to change this fraction because the fraction is already over 8, so we can keep 2x plus 5 over 8. On the right-hand fraction here, we need to times it by 4 because 2 times 4 makes 8. So we now need to do 1 times 4, which gives us 4. And on the first fraction here, we need to times it by 2 because 4 times 2 is 8. So we times the terms on the top by 2. So x times 2 is 2x, and x times 7 times 2, is 14. So it gives us 2x, take away 14, add 2x plus 5 equals 4. Let's remove these fractions. Right, removing the fractions then means the 8 all disappear. So let's rewrite it. 2x take away 14 plus 2x plus 5 is equal to 4. Let's now collect together all the like terms like we've done previously. Okay, so 2x plus another 2x is what we need. And we also have minus 14. So we're starting off with negative 14, and we need to add 5 back onto it. So 2x add 2x gives me 4x. And minus 14, add 5 back on, takes me back up to minus 9. And that equals 4. Now we can solve it. So let's work backwards. Let's add 9 to both sides. So 4x will be 4 add 9, which is 13. And then finally, let's divide it by 4. So 4 doesn't go into 13 exactly. So you can write it 2 ways. you can either write it as an improper fraction, so you keep it as 13 over 4, or you can divide 13 by 4, which will be a decimal, and that is 3.25. Okay, thank you